as the song once said, the boys are back in town. Actually, we're back in Jeff's house. Woo! And it's back in Colorado where it belongs. And we are back. Tailgate Talk is back, folks.
Can't wait to talk more sports. Football's exciting this year with all the changes that came about.
I thought we talked about Love Island, the show.
The plane?
That's fantasy.
Oh.
Anyway, NFL, college football, they're about that far away from kicking off the 2026 season. We got a lot to cover, guys. We're going to start tonight, pro football.
I don't see us.
Hold on. I got it.
All right.
Are we on now?
Yeah, we're on.
We're on.
Oh, okay.
Just not on me.
Well, there's a reason. Anyway, NFL football kicking off. Guys, there's been some big moves in this offseason. You had the draft to start with. Now you got Myles Garrett going to Los Angeles and the possibility of Aaron Donald making a comeback, which is still on the table. That hasn't worked out. Brian, the cancer from the Eagles is gone. A.J. Brown, he is now down in New England. And I don't know if that's good or bad for New England. But I don't think, no offense to Nick Sirianni, I just don't think New England's going to let him run the roost like he tried to do in Philadelphia. What do you guys think about that?
I think they're smart. They don't. I mean, they got the coach to settle him down. I mean, he's a no sense coach. I mean, you don't. He's kind of like the Tom Landry, Chuck Noll guys, John Madden, that didn't take that kind of crap from players.
Well, New England is. I mean, I know there's not Belichick there anymore, but it's still a no-nonsense team. They play stingy defense, stop the run, and they want to be able to run the ball on third down.
Brian, AJ's been in the Eagles organization now for the last few years. Came over from the Titans. You were pretty big when he came over the last few years, though. Is that him or Sirianni not wanting to maybe get involved in that? What is your thought on the AJ Brown move?
I think what it was is they tried to make him happy too much in Philly. You know, I think Sirianni, he's a player's coach. The players like him, you know, and I don't think that he likes to really push players the wrong way, if I was to say that. But I'm happy about the move. I think it's going to be good for Philly to get that cancer out of there. You know, I still think that Devontae Smith was the better of the two. When it came down to needing a catch, that's who they went to. Devontae Smith was the true number one, in my opinion. A.J. Brown in New England, I think, is going to get – he got double-teamed in Philly a lot too, but I think it's going to be even worse in New England. And I think he's not going to get the targets that he was thinking he's going to get.
None of the players that are there. Romeo Dobbs joins New England too. To me, he's a primary threat for the New England offensive receivers, and he didn't do much in Green Bay, but he will do something in New England this year.
Well, he did a lot of practicing with May in the offseason.
And as we saw, to your guys' point, Vrabel don't put up with crap, and that organization doesn't put up with it either. Look at Stephon Diggs; he's gone. You know, and that's the reason he got in off-season trouble or off the field trouble, and he's gone. I think A.J. Brown's in for a rude awakening, honestly.
What do you think about this, though? As a whole, in the offseason, did the Eagles do anything to improve themselves?
I'm a little worried about it. I do think that they lost.
They did it.
They signed their two defensive ends.
Oh my God, they already had them. That's not improving.
That's improving.
That's holding steady.
Secure your defense.
I'm going to send him to Colorado to sit next to you.
I honestly think the ones that they lost in the secondary is going to be the bigger part. They lost Reed. Reed Blankenship is gone. Reed Blankenship is gone. I know that they still his name's escaping me. The kid from Iowa. They still have him, but DeJean. But Blankenship was a big part of that secondary, was a huge part of that secondary. I think that's going to hurt them a little bit, but they did draft pretty well. They had brought in that Landon from USC as a receiver.
Did they
So
get
I don't,
themselves a quarterback? Or are they
they don't
still
need
playing
one.
with that guy Hurts? Because we
Last,
know it's about to fall off. That's Carson Wentz 2.0.
last I checked, he's
Now
been
we
in the
are in
playoffs.
year 5. Isn't that when Carson Wentz started to fall apart?
Has he ever missed the playoffs?
Did Carson Wentz
No.
miss the playoffs?
Okay, Brian, I'm going to bring this to your point about missing the playoffs. For the last how many years that NFC East has been so weak, if they did miss the playoffs,
Whoa!
no offense, Jeff, but
If it's taken,
when Dabo was in New York, the Giants weren't going to do anything.
nah.
The Cowboys were choke artists.
Well, they still
Washington has had one good year in that time
Well,
frame.
his first year, they shouldn't have been in the playoffs, but they were. They lost to the Bucks in the first round by a blowout. But they were,
Yeah.
they were a wild card team that year.
Yeah.
And that was Jalen Hurts and Sirianni's first year.
Yep.
And they haven't looked back since. They've kind of run that division ever since. So until
Sheriff in town.
But Brian,
Oh,
do you agree? Do you agree that the
Yeah.
NFC East has been weak the last few years?
it has been down, the Cowboys have been a joke. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's high on the Cowboys every year. They're never going to do anything as long as they have Dak Prescott. It's just not the team. I'm actually more worried about the Giants and Washington than I am anybody else.
We're not worried about Washington.
I'm not worried about Washington this year. I don't.
The NFC East belongs to New York. All goes through the Giant land.
No.
The Giants have improved themselves, Brian, with Harbaugh coming in as a coach.
Absolutely.
You've got
I agree.
Neighbors, Dart.
that defense has been
That,
good
that
the
front,
last couple
that
of
we
years.
probably have the best front 7 in the NFC East.
No, they lost their best defensive player.
No, we didn't. We gave him away because we were overcrowded.
That was their best defensive player.
Nancy?
But you're right. That is a good young team.
Yeah.
And they're going to be sneaky good. Last even last year though, they were on
When they
the
were
cusp.
healthy, we were beating
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
And then,
I agree.
Then people got hurt, and it went south quick. Neighbors
The
went
biggest-
out, Scattaboo went out. Dart was the only one out there trying to do things.
The biggest part is you finally got a coach.
We got a coach. We got a good coach.
I will say one of the biggest player pickups they made is Isaiah Likely, the tight end from
Yes.
Baltimore.
Well, he
I
came with the coach.
I think that is going to help them big time.
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about the Super Bowl MVP, guys. Kenny Walker from Seattle. Now he's down with Mahomes and Reed. And again, we talked about Harbaugh being a big factor. How about Eric Bieniemy coming back to be the offensive coordinator at Kansas City? When they were having all those big years, Bieniemy was their OC then. He's back down there with Reed now.
Yeah, but there's distractions with that. I mean, they had the shooting at the house and all sorts of shit going on.
I
I
understand.
mean,
but
is he going to be focused at all?
I think he is, because I think the reason Bieniemy came back,
Because he realized he wasn't a head coach.
I think Reed is probably got a couple more years, and I think he's going to groom Bieniemy to become the head coach of the Chiefs after that.
Oh no.
He's been with them the longest, besides Spagnuolo.
I'm not a Chiefs fan, so that wouldn't bother me. But if I was a Chiefs fan, that would bother me.
I'm just saying, I think that's what they're doing. They're grooming Bieniemy to come in. And
There's a reason no one else wants him as a head coach. I mean, he's made it quite clear that's what he wants, and no one bit. And it's not because he's black.
No,
That's not the reason that they're not biting. It's
because he was from Colorado.
Well, there's the Colorado thing. There's the weed thing. Now there's the shootings and God knows what going on at the house thing, and he doesn't know how to deal with the defense.
Okay, but
He's
let's
an
go
offensive
back.
coordinator.
Thank you.
Let's go back.
Thank you for backing me up.
Kenneth Walker. He is going to help take a lot of pressure when Mahomes is able to get back on that field.
Absolutely,
They're
he's a game
not
changer.
sure
Yeah.
if he's going to be out there right away, but compared to Isaiah Pacheco, who ran hard, I loved watching him play. Kareem Hunt, I think he was kind of just a fill-in. Walker is the man.
Walker is the man. Walker was the man in Seattle,
Mhm.
and I don't understand why they allowed that to separate. But that is probably the biggest offseason move in the NFL, is watching him go to the Chiefs.
No, Miles
I don't know
Garrett,
about that.
LA is probably the biggest offseason move. What did you put up there?
Run the football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why didn't you put run the damn ball, Bird?
Yeah.
The damn ball. And that's exactly going to be the philosophy in Kansas City this year.
Yeah.
They're going to run the ball first and let Mahomes actually take time back there to pick people apart.
And he's got some decent receivers. Worthy's got another year under him. Rice will be back full healthy this year.
Yep.
I'm not big on the Kelsey coming back. I
I think he's distracted,
yeah.
but
He changed the last name.
you know he's married now.
He's now Travis Swift, not Travis Kelce.
He's gonna have a baby on the way for the season's over. I mean, there's a lot of things coming.
All right.
I honestly, I just want to weigh. I just want to weigh on it. I think Kansas City probably has one of the best running back rooms in football. Honestly, I think that
with the addition, yes.
And we talked about Kenneth Walker. That's a huge thing. As long as he can stay healthy. I know last year he kind of struggled with being healthy. However, I think Emmett Johnson's going to be a huge pickup in the back as a backup for Kenneth Walker.
He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run. I mean, yes, you're right. I think Emmett Johnson as a rookie is going to be very key.
I believe that the running game strength in Kansas City will get them back into the mix.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest key
playoffs and put them into the mix.
The biggest key is if they did enough to address the offensive line.
No. Offensive line is fine in Kansas City. It's the secondary. They let two big corners go. They drafted the kid out of LSU.
You're right.
But
You're right.
Secondary is going to be the key for the Chiefs to have a successful year.
Yeah.
That is where that's going to run into them.
The Chiefs, though, with Andy Reid as coach, which surprises me, they're not a traditional football team. They believe in outscoring their opponents. Defense is the second thought and has been ever since they got Mahomes. And to my dismay, they actually won a couple Super Bowls with that mentality. Just saying, they won a few Super Bowls with that mentality. But the league as a whole is coming back around to stingy defense and run offenses, which is why they missed the playoffs last year.
Well, that and you lose a generational quarterback to an injury. You know, I mean, I know they weren't doing that well at that point in time.
Yeah, they were still chasing a playoff spot when he went down.
Yes.
They were not in it.
I think the biggest factor for the Chiefs is they got Justin Fields. That's going to help them more than anything. I mean, Justin Fields is probably the second best quarterback in the league.
Statistically, yeah. You look at statistics.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. That's the bullshit bell.
I just love the fact that I'm sitting there talking about Justin Fields being a good quarterback, and they're both over there going,
No, I'm processing. I'm like, why are we talking about him? Oh my! The only news coming out of Chicago is the fact that they're not in Chicago no more.
they're in Indiana.
They're in Indiana.
With a great coach, by the way.
And Kansas City will not be in Missouri much longer. They're moving to Kansas. So let's talk about one of the biggest offseason moves, though, guys, and that's Myles Garrett getting traded to the Rams. I mean, you can look at any team in the NFL, all 32 teams right now, and on paper, I don't know if there's a team better than the Rams on paper.
On paper, I agree, except for the coaching.
Well, I know you don't like coach's name, Sean.
Yeah,
But
right again.
but I mean, you look at that defense. You look at Matt Stafford coming off an MVP year. You've still got Puka. You've still got Devontae, who's got a couple years left in him.
The Rams are stacked.
Yeah, stacked.
I mean, they're stacked, and you can have a half quarter or a half coach
They have two
and
running backs
still
that work
make
hand in hand.
still make you look good.
Yeah,
because they got
running
talent.
And I'll be honest, if Aaron Donald does come back,
He's
I
not like he quit because he was having a bad time.
no.
I mean, he was still at the top of his game.
The dude's still in shape. I mean, he shoved McAfee off that stage last year on College Game Day.
That was great.
I mean, I've seen workouts of Donald. I think he can still play. I really do.
Yeah, he can still play. It's the playbook that they did when they won the Super Bowl last time.
Yeah.
Stack the team. Who cares if you're going to be good in a few years? Just stack the team with what you can and try to win a Super Bowl. Do I say they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl? I don't buy that. I think Matt Stafford's.
Would say the Rams are the favorite?
No,
Because LA does.
I get it.
I mean,
Yeah, I know Vegas has them as the favorite. I don't think that. I think the Garrett move was a huge move. Don't get me wrong, huge move. But why did that take them from like a fifth place or like a fifth team in the odds to number one like that? I get he was the defensive player of the year. He's the sack champion. I get all that. However,
I feel like
I don't see it.
I feel like you're underestimating where they were. I think they were more like the 3 or 4 seed, not the 5th or 6th seed.
I don't buy it.
Before Garrett came, and now that Garrett's there, you're shoring up a defense that was a little suspect up front. Now they're going to be putting pressure on people, and they're going to be able to score on anyone out there. I mean,
Now I will say, if Aaron Donald does decide to come back, then I'll give it to him. Then, yeah, obviously, but I don't buy it. I don't think they win a Super Bowl.
We'll get into that here in a little bit because we're going to make our early predictions.
2 early predictions.
You know, you look at that NFC West. Seattle will probably still be good, defending Super Bowl champions. The Niners, if they can stay healthy,
They can't.
I mean,
Let's just call it what it is. That team is getting old, and they're not doing anything to change it.
you've got Brandon Ayuk, who's probably on his way out. They don't know what they're doing with him, but they do bring in Mike Evans, the Buccaneer legend. He is on the downhill slide of his career.
Here's the deal with the San Francisco 49ers. They can beat anybody on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
They can't beat anybody over a 16, 17, 18 game season
Right.
and then turn around and turn it on in the playoffs and win 4 straight.
Yep.
That's what they cannot do because they will be beat up by week 8.
Mm-hmm.
And that's to where Derek's going here is exactly why I don't think the Rams are the favorite, because they have the toughest division in football, in my opinion.
They do.
To get through a full season, playing San Francisco twice, Seattle twice, I don't see it. I don't see them getting. I see them getting to the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't see them making a playoff run.
So a team that had a rough road and makes the playoffs, then they go into the playoffs after playing all the good teams. Those are the teams that do well in the playoffs.
I think they're going to be
Because
beat up.
they're hardened, which is why Seattle did so well last year, because they had a tough regular season.
Yeah,
I mean, none
I
of
agree.
us were really rooting them on or anything, but we couldn't deny what was going on over there in Seattle.
Yeah,
I
just think I don't think Matt Stafford's going to make it through the full year.
Who's their backup? I don't.
Chris Everett.
Shirley Fields.
Yeah.
Might be. All right.
Wasn't it
Here's what we're going to do. I don't care if it's Jeff, Brian, whoever. I want you to write this down. We're going to go through. We're not just going to make Super Bowl predictions. I got a couple other scores to make on the NFL season. No. You can just write it down. You can just put our names there and then
That was the old
what we're doing.
There's another one.
All right, Brian
Which one?
Denton, who is your most improved team in the NFL this year? Who will be the team that's going to improve the most this year?
The Giants.
Hell yeah. Preach.
I hate to say it. I really do hate to say it, but I think it's going to be I think it's going to be them. I really do.
Brian Cook.
This is a very tough question. I don't think they'll win the division, but they'll be most improved, and they've been pretty good as the Chargers. I just think Harbaugh's philosophy there is good as long as his running back can stay healthy and keep churning.
What running back?
Hampton.
Omar Ryan?
Yeah. I think if they get him going,
And the
they could be
Chargers
great.
have a shitty coach. They have an overrated quarterback.
The quarterback.
And they got a run game that is, like you said, you're grasping at straws trying to say that he's going to be good. And their defense did get better last year, but come on, let's not give Jim any credit.
The first team that sticks out.
I'm going to ask Jeff his most improved team, but he already has it wrote down.
Well, yeah, because I agree with my boy from Colorado over there. You know, he spoke some dope and realized that my Giants are coming on.
No. Now, do I think they'll win the division? No.
Absolutely,
No.
They will not win the division.
they will win the division.
See, and here's my most improved team, but I've got two of them, and I can't figure out which one. One is the Giants. You both went with them. I'm going to go with my other one. The most improved team in the NFL this year will be the Las Vegas Raiders.
See, that was my second choice.
I know they're going to be young. You've got Mendoza coming in. The guy knows how to win. Genty has another year under his belt. Bowers is a stud. They get Crosby back. Are they going to win the division? No. But I think they will be very improved this year, and they will win some more games than they did last year.
That whole division is trash. I mean, you have Kansas City coming off of a loss, not even making the playoffs. They did everything they can to try to get this back together. You have the Denver Broncos, which they still should just kick them out of football and just get rid of that cancer of the whole scene. The Raiders, yes, they're going to be better on paper and on record because they play in a bad division. I mean, it's a horrible division.
I understand. I'm just saying that is my most improved team, though.
That's
Yeah.
why I chose the Chargers, because I just got a feeling they're in that division.
They're part of the problem with that division.
They're not going to be. They're not going to win the division.
Brian, do you think the Raiders will be better this year?
So everyone keeps saying, okay, you pick the Raiders and you say they're not going to win division. You pick the Chargers saying they're not going to win division. Do you honestly think Denver's going to win that division?
No.
No, I do not.
Oh, you think KC
I
is
just-
coming all the way back?
I'm very impressed what Kansas City is doing.
Oh my! I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Okay, I can't pick the Raiders to win the division. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying they're putting the pieces together now
Yes,
to
they are.
make a better team, and they're young. They've got some good talent.
I give you that.
Now,
Still think the
Back
Chargers
to-
are the last place team in that.
What's
division.
that?
you did ask me if I think they're going to be better than what they were. Yes, but they got a brutal schedule. Brutal schedule.
How's that brutal?
Look at the
They're one of the
Raiders' schedule.
weakest divisions in the game.
The Raiders have a really tough beginning schedule. Really tough. So do I think they're going to be better? Yes. But I think it's going to be a few games just because they do have a tough schedule.
See, I thought their schedule was going to be, because they were the fourth place team.
They have to play the Rams, the Niners. Who else? They have the Chargers early. They have the Broncos early. They have the only two games that are pretty much, I would say, close to gimmies are the Jets. I think they'll beat the Jets, and then they play Miami to start. Other than that, it gets pretty tough. They're in that first like 8 games.
So they've got Miami, then they're at the Chargers, they play the Saints, Chiefs at home, Patriots, Bills, Rams, Jets, Niners, Seahawks.
That's a tough schedule, dude. That's
But
rough.
they end easy.
Yeah, because they end in division.
Yeah. So, all right, our most improved team. Now, who is going to be your biggest flop team this year?
Biggest flop?
Mm-hmm. Who was good last year or whatever, and you think they're going to go down now? Brian?
The Jags. I think the Jags are going to take a big step back. And I'm just going to throw another one out there because I'm going between these two. I think Indianapolis will take a huge step back.
So who do you have winning the South in the AFC?
Say it. You know it.
The Texans.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I
But
respect that.
that's the Texans division for sure.
Brian, who's your biggest?
Well, Indianapolis. I think Jonathan Taylor can only take them so far. Their quarterback, everybody overhyped him, and now they're paying for that.
Why does nobody believe in Daniel
Daniel
Jones?
Jones, Mr. Deer in the Headlights, eyes. I'm sorry. He didn't work in New York. He's not working in Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor's the only thing they have. Indianapolis be the biggest faller.
They got a guy named Tyler Warren at tight end that was pretty damn good last year.
He's pretty good.
And they've got a couple of decent receivers.
Well, they lost Michael.
They lost Pittman, so.
It's all right. They still got Alex Pierce and who's the other one? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Downs.
Yeah, Downs.
I'm going with Denver.
Ooh.
I think that they skated by in a bad division last year. As you guys have all pointed out, the division's getting much stronger. I bet they take third in the division and miss the playoffs. Yep.
You really hate Denver, don't you?
They're easy to hate.
Sean Payton.
All right.
Who's yours?
You're all gonna make fun of me for this one. Buffalo.
Ooh.
Because they lost
I
their coach.
really don't think with the new coach,
You don't know what it's going to look like.
Josh Allen is a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. I give him all that.
He's the best quarterback in the league.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. No.
But
no,
in
no,
my
no.
opinion, Buffalo did not do anything to help themselves this year.
Wide receiver, they did.
Who?
They boasted their wide receiving core on the
Who'd they
outside.
get?
But where was their problem? Their problem was defense.
Yeah.
They picked up DJ Moore.
I didn't hear you.
They picked up DJ Moore. I was just saying he
Oh.
picked up.
And yeah,
And that's improving?
I think it is. I mean, they took Chicago's one of their receivers.
Chicago's receiver.
Yeah.
Well, they've got a Dunze and a couple other young kids. So they didn't need DJ Moore.
I don't think that's a bad pick. Because Josh Allen is not the best quarterback in the league.
I
Oh my God.
You get him in a fantasy football league. That's your first quarterback you're taking.
Because he runs.
He runs.
That's like saying Lamar Jackson's the second best quarterback.
And he is.
Only on fantasy football. Oh my God, you wouldn't want either one of them as my quarterback if I was a head coach.
I'm sorry, but we need to
I would have
stop.
hurts.
Well,
Or Lamar Jackson.
We need to stop the Buffalo love for some reason. What is with everybody loving on Buffalo every fucking year? No, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying, Derek, because I agree with you. Like, when are we going to accept that Buffalo is a joke?
I mean, they've got Shakir,
Yeah.
DJ Moore. They picked up McCole Hardman,
They got Coleman.
who nobody wanted.
I feel like they had a really good team and they made a run, and just like in the 90s, they spent their run now.
But the key to that Buffalo offense is not the receivers. What it does is distract the defense and pull them back so that James Cook can run more hard up the middle. James
Cook is a
would be the
really
key.
good running back.
Okay, Cook is a good running back.
But Buffalo
But-
has no defense.
We all know anyone with the last name Cook can't win.
That hurt. Oh, that hurt.
All right, final pick of the night. Way too early. Who is your Super Bowl matchup and winner?
Ooh, matchup?
Matchup and winner. Brian?
Mr. Dayton. Crystal ball is moving. Smoke is rising.
Oh, yeah, he's in Colorado. Oh, yeah, the smoke's going to be rising out there. And everybody's going to be smiling.
AFC, Denver.
Denver?
Yep.
What?
I told
Denver in the AFC. In the NFC,
Might as well say the Giants. I mean, you're in dreamland.
no, I was actually going to go Philly.
We're going to win the division. We're just
But-
not going to the Super Bowl.
Denver, Philly?
Denver, Philly, Super Bowl.
Denver,
Who wins?
Philly.
Brian.
But yeah, he picked his two favorite teams.
I think Denver gets it.
That's so stupid. I'm sorry. Where's
That,
my dope son?
that is why we agree to disagree. All right,
I'll
Brian
take it.
Cook.
This is tough. I mean, the NFC is going to come out of the North. The winner of that division is going to be
The
winning
NFC?
NFC North. You could take Chicago, you could take Detroit, except Green Bay. Although I like their coaching change, I think Mike McCarthy will get the job done. They have a senior citizen as quarterback, which hurts them.
Jordan Love?
No, that's Pittsburgh. Sorry, I was thinking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, another one.
So who are you picking?
Well, my Super Bowl pick is Notre
Right.
Dame versus
If I
Minnesota.
go with my logic
The criminals versus.
and say defense
Right.
wins championships, people are gonna call me a homer. But Houston on the AFC,
Wow.
and if you're gonna go NFC, the best defense there is the Rams. Houston and LA. I hate LA because their coach.
Who wins that?
I'm gonna take the Rams.
Mr. Green, in the ballroom with the rope.
Well, I just want to say some of our guys on here. We got Justin Sass saying that the Chiefs and Seattle are going to play each other with the Chiefs winning. We got Zach out of Colorado. You know, he's on the same cloud that my boy Brian is, and he's saying the Broncos Rams just like he did. Or,
No.
you know, yeah. He's a little more realistic. He is neither one. Zach didn't say who's winning, but he's a Denver fan, so he'd probably picking Denver too. Now me. Wow, that's rough.
Good stuff.
It is tough because it's way early. There's so many unknowns,
You want me to go
so many
first?
things we can't
I'm
see.
telling you, Chicago and Detroit's gonna throw a wrench in somebody's picks.
I'm gonna put the Chiefs go all the way back to the Super Bowl. I got them playing the Rams. Rams winning.
All right. I have a repeat Super Bowl from a few years ago. Everybody knows that the Eagles and the Chiefs played a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not my pick.
I would hope not.
Everybody knows that the 49ers and the Chiefs played a few years ago. That's still not my pick. My pick, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
Wow!
Joe
I
Burrow-
finally get off the Bengal trip, and you jump on board. But they did do a lot of work on their defense.
Yep.
They did. They put money at it. They drafted well. They went after it in the free agency. and they improved the offensive line for the first time since Burrows got there.
And here's the other thing. The Browns, no Myles Garrett, they're not going to be anything this year. The Steelers lose their head coach. They still got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
Citizen quarterback.
They're not going to be anything. The Ravens, they don't have.
They lost their coach.
They don't have their coach anymore.
And they still have
a
running back as a quarterback.
Actually, when we were talking about our biggest flops of the year, Zach actually put the Ravens as his biggest flop.
And that very well could be true.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one's going to argue that.
The only reason I will not put the Ravens as the biggest flop is if that new coach comes in and realizes the run game is what wins games.
Because they still
And
got
they
Derrick
give the
Henry.
ball to Derrick Henry over and over and over because you eat clock, you don't put the pressure on your D, and that guy is a monster.
Here's the deal. So, Harbaugh couldn't make Lamar hand the ball off. What makes you think the new guy's going to be able to do that?
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying if they go with that game plan, the Ravens could have a good year. I just think the
Who you think will win
Bengals.
this?
That one?
Yeah.
The Bengals.
The Bengals!
Do you think Chase Brown will be able to carry when Burrow?
I love it. I love it. That's a great
You know
pick.
Burrow's going to get hurt again. It's almost
No, they improved the line. You know, he played 2 years with 50-plus sacks and didn't get hurt.
just
What happened the last time?
Let's get his sacks down under 30. He'll be fine.
What happened the last
Chase Brown
time
didn't carry
Burrow
the
stayed healthy all year? The Bengals went to the Super Bowl. And that's what I...
And their coach came from where?
Like I said, if they can keep the sacks under 30, I mean, Burrow's a tough kid. He's proven that.
He's a good quarterback.
Chase Brown.
Great quarterback. Oh yeah,
Chase Brown's
the best quarterback in the league
Not-
is Burrows.
No, he's not.
By far.
No.
By far.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm not saying that either.
not-
But
Josh Allen's not even a top 5 guy, but Burrows is the man.
you know, one of the biggest losses the Ravens had this year was Tyler Linderbaum, their center, who went to the Raiders. So, yeah. All right.
Wow.
That is our way too early NFL picks. Now let's move on to everybody's favorite
Bengals Rams, I love you, man.
college football. Well, I knew everybody when I said it was a repeat was thinking Chiefs, Eagles, Chiefs, Niners because that's all we see. And you'll notice I did not pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl this year because I'm a realist.
Baker.
Baker's a good quarterback. I take nothing away from Baker Mayfield. He's a good quarterback. They've got Ibuka. They've got Godwin.
They lost a little bit on defense and didn't replace it.
Yep. Bucky Irving is a good running back, but like Jeff said, they didn't replace enough on defense.
And, you know, as much as I love Lawante David, he's getting a little old, and he's missing some things now.
He retired.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he
I
retired.
missed that.
B. Cook, I want you to write these down in your notebook, okay?
All right.
We're going to play a little game tonight to start off the college season called Over-Under, guys. How this works. I went through, I took the top 10 out of one of the preseasons. Plus I added in about 6 or 7 more teams, 6, 7 more teams. And I am predicting their over-under in wins on the year. Every one of these teams will play 12 games this year, regular season. I'm not counting anything past that. This is all in the regular season. We'll start with preseason number 1, Ohio State. I have their over-under at 10.5. Brian?
Over.
Okay. Here are their tough games. They are at home. They're at home to Indiana. No, I'm sorry. That was last year. They are home to Michigan. They are home to Oregon. They are at USC. And they are at Indiana and at Iowa. Those are probably their 5 toughest games. Now,
They do have Texas in the second
oh yeah,
game
and
too.
they're at Texas too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not a hard game. They will walk Texas right out of the stadium. Memorial Stadium down in Austin will be crying that day.
So I got them at 10.5. You're going to go over on the 10.5?
I do. I think they'll be over.
Okay. B. Cook?
Well, their coach knows college football because he runs the football, unlike other coaches. And they did good defense. However, that schedule kind of scares me. I'm going to go under 10.5.
Okay.
I'm going over.
You're going over?
Yeah, I think they go undefeated to win the national championship.
Wow.
I am going to go with Brian Cook on this one, and I'm going to go under because I think they lost way too much on defense to go undefeated. I think they lost way too much on defense. I think that's going to...
The thing is, it's Ohio State.
I know
So they
it is.
lost a lot of people, but they got 4 or 5 star guys that we've never heard of yet that are just going to step right in.
But I am also not a fan of Ryan Day.
You do not like Ryan Day.
And I don't think he is a good coach.
I think he's a good
I don't
coach.
either. I've been saying that for years. Ryan
I
Day
think he's a great
sucks.
coach. I think he took a lot from the previous coach and made it work. Defense, run the football, win the trenches.
Win the trenches.
Brian Cook. Up next, we've got the Longhorns of University of Texas.
They got a bad coach.
I have them coming in at 9.5. Tough games for them. They're at Texas A&M. They're at LSU. They host Ohio State. They got the Red River against Oklahoma. And they're home to Ole Miss.
They don't have to play Georgia or Alabama?
Nope.
Well, they're going to win more than 9.5 games. They'll win 10 or 11 games. I'm going to go over on Texas, even though I'm not trying to be a homer here, because their head coach is their biggest flaw. Offensive coordinator pretending to be a head coach. One of two, Sean McVay being the other one. Sean Payton doesn't belong. His first name is Sean.
Jeff, over under.
Definitely
9.5.
under.
Okay.
Definitely under. I put them more in the 7.5, 8.
You know, they return a lot of starters on both sides of the ball. And 9.5 games, I could see them going 10-2, 11-1.
With Manning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stop it.
And they got that Cam Coleman in as a transfer, great receiver.
Do you know how they get the over? Is if Manning gets hurt early in the season
And Quinn Ewers comes
and
back.
Quinn Ewers goes back.
He's in Miami.
Well,
He's with the Dolphins.
their backup's got to be better than Manning.
Brian,
You say over?
As much as I hate to say it, they're going to be over 9.5. I think Ole Miss is going to be a joke. I don't think they're going to be anything this year.
Are you a Lane Kiffin fan, I assume?
No, I just think after losing Lane Kiffin, they're just going to take a dive.
I don't think you got to be a Lane Kiffin fan, but you got to respect what he does.
I respect what he does, but
I mean, the guy does nothing but win wherever he's at.
he's a recruiter. He does
He's
a
a
great job
recruiter.
recruiting.
And he plays the game right. He stops the run and wants to be able to run the ball at any given time.
all right, guys. Next up on the list, as soon as I find their schedule, there it is.
Who we got?
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. 12 games. I've got them at 10.5. And the reason why, they've got a game against Miami at home, and they also have to play at BYU. Their other games, Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, Stanford, Navy, Boston College, SMU, and Syracuse.
Wow.
There's nothing there. You know, besides the Miami and the BYU game. Those are the only two that, yeah.
That you told me the schedule. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think that they'll be over and be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You
I
said
got
10 and you said
Huh?
10.5.
10.5
10 and a
wins.
half.
I've got
That'll
them
be over.
But like you said, it's Miami and BYU are their tough games.
They lost-
Miami's overrated, and BYU plays in the Big 12.
But they lost both running backs, and that's going to hurt them. I'm going to go under with Notre Dame.
Okay.
Wow.
The running backs are gone.
I'm over. That's a
Yeah.
cakewalk schedule.
Yep. Up next, we have the Quackers from Eugene, the Oregon Ducks. Brian, I'm sorry, I've got them at 9.5. I mean,
God, that's a tough spot.
they're at USC. They're at Illinois, which I don't think Illinois is going to be great, but they're still going to be decent. At Ohio State, Michigan at home, Washington at home. I've got them at the 9.5. I think they'll be over that. Just the Ohio State game and the USC game. I think USC is going to be improved this year. I think Oregon can beat them. I think they'll be over the 9.5. Brian?
Oh, they're over all day. They win the Big Ten.
That's going a little far. I got them at 10-2, but that's still over the 9.5. I have losing to Ohio State and Michigan.
They won't lose
You
to
cook?
Michigan or Ohio State.
I'll go over too because it's
9.5's a good call.
yeah.
That puts that number. That's hard
These have been good
because
numbers.
they could honestly be 9 real easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they slip up against Washington.
Or USC.
Well, USC's not going to be that good, guys. Come on, let's
Yeah,
be
former
real.
Oklahoma coach.
Just saying my numbers are good right now. Wait till we get to 1 here. Anyway, Georgia will be the next team up on the docket, and I've got Georgia at 10.5. They play Missouri at home, at Ole Miss, and I'm just reading off their tough games. They're at Alabama. They get Oklahoma at home. Those 4 games right there. The toughest game out of that, I feel, is at Alabama. I'm not sure Ole Miss is going to be. I mean, they still have Trinidad, who's a good quarterback, but
They don't play LSU.
no, they don't play LSU. They don't play Texas.
Texas ain't no problem.
They don't play Tennessee. They have Florida, but I don't think Florida's going to be anything this year. So Brian, at 10.5, you got Georgia up or down on that one?
I got them over.
Every pick you've had has been over, by the way, Brian.
Yeah. I'm just saying that them are the teams that have been proven for the most part. The only one that I didn't want to put over besides Texas was Notre Dame, but that was a cakewalk schedule. Like if they don't go, if they
bring back their quarterback, or are they bringing
No,
someone new?
Gunnar Stockton's back.
What?
Gunnar Stockton is back.
Okay.
Yeah. They've got their starting running back
Yeah,
back.
Over.
I'm going over on 2.
Yep. Brian, what'd you go?
I'm going under.
You're going under?
Yeah. SEC.
All right. Here is a tough one, guys. Indiana.
What do you do for Georgia?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going over. I don't think the schedule was that rough.
It's not.
Well, let me find Indiana. Here we go. The Hoosiers of Indiana. I've got them at 10.5. And here's their tough games. Ohio State at home, at Michigan, USC at home, and at Washington.
They got to come to Nebraska too. I got them under.
Because they're coming to Nebraska.
Nebraska's going to win that game. That's going to be the sleeper game they get. Indiana lost a lot of players. A lot of players. This is not Signetti's team anymore. He's got to build chemistry and everything will he win. Where the last 2 years he didn't have to build that. He brought that with him. Now he's got to build chemistry with the NIL kids.
I'm going to go with Jeff. I'm going to go under on Indiana too.
I think Indiana will be 9-3 this year, so I'm going to go with the unders on Indiana. But
Lost to Ohio State, Michigan, and Nebraska.
I agree.
Boom!
Eh,
I'm under as well. I just think that they lost way too much.
Way too much.
I mean, they bring Hoover in from TCU, who is a good quarterback. So, I mean, they do have that. And they bring the receiver, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, who, Signat. I mean, Signotti is a good coach. You can't take anything away from the guy.
No.
He knows how to motivate, and he doesn't put up with BS.
Yeah, but how's it going to look when he has a big loss? Because we haven't seen that yet. We haven't really seen that yet.
2 years ago we did. 2 years ago he
But
had
it was
a
in the
big loss.
playoff.
No, they lost in the Big Ten championship that year, and they also lost. They lost in the regular season too. I'm pretty sure, at least one game. I mean, I still think he's going to get that team to the playoffs, but I just think they're not going to be as dominant. I mean, Mendoza was a great quarterback, but he brought him in for 1 year, right?
Yeah, 1 year.
So he's bringing Josh Hoover from TCU, who is a proven quarterback, in for 1 year. But we'll see how that one shakes out. This team was in the national title game against Indiana last year, and we're talking about the Hurricanes of Miami, and I've got them at 9.5. Some of their big games this year, at Clemson, Florida State at home, at Notre Dame, and that's about it. The ACC is not good this year, and they don't have to play Florida State this year in the regular season.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I just said
I
that.
was like saying, you just.
Yeah, at Clemson, at Notre Dame, Florida State at home are probably their 3 biggest games of the year.
At Virginia? On the road?
Nope, they don't play Virginia. At North Carolina, Duke at home, Bob Tech at home, Boston College at home, Pitt at home, Central Michigan at home, at Wake Forest, Florida A&M at home, and at Stanford.
I'm
So-
definitely gonna go over then.
Going over?
I'm going way over.
Brian?
They may go undefeated.
I mean, I'm going to go over because that's a crap conference. It's like, it's
That
terrible.
crap schedule.
Yeah. It's almost like Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame and Miami have one big game against each other, and the rest is kind of cake for them. So,
Yeah. So much as I
Alright.
hate to say it, I'd have to go over too.
I think everybody's over on that one.
Yeah.
The Tigers of LSU is our next one,
Uh
and I've got them at 8.5.
oh. Ooh.
Their schedule this year: at Ole Miss, home to A&M, Alabama at home, Texas at home, and at Tennessee. Now, LSU brought in the Arizona State quarterback, Sam Leavitt, in the transfer portal, but I don't know if
I'm gonna give them the over.
giving them the over.
Yep. I got them. I'm thinking 10-2.
Okay,
Losses to Bama and Tennessee.
Brian? Either
Under.
one? Under 8.5?
I think it's going to be a struggle for them this year. I just,
I have a 9 wins, so I went over.
I've got them right between 8 and 9, and
That's what I had,
you know,
but it leans more toward 9.
I'm gonna go unders. I really am. Well, this team is preseason ranked number 10, but after all the offseason crap, I don't think they are going to be as good as everybody thought until I looked at their schedule. The Red Raiders of Texas Tech. I've got them at 9.5. Their non-con is Abilene Christian, Oregon State, and Sam Houston. Their Big 12 conference is Houston, at Colorado, Arizona State, at Cincinnati, Arizona, West Virginia, at Okie State, at Baylor, and TCU. It's not a tough schedule for them. I mean, I think Oklahoma State's going to be well improved this
So
year.
who's going to be their quarterback?
Kirk Francis is who they got in here as their starter.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm going under on them
I'm
too.
going under as well.
Even with the weak ass schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you took an all-star quarterback that they went all in on to get there,
Mhm.
and halfway through the process, all of a sudden he's out,
Yep.
and they had no way to go replace him. They have to go with what was already there.
Yep. Brian?
I'm going under. They lost way too much, in my opinion. However, they got a lot of money to spend, but I just don't see that making up for it.
They just didn't get a chance to spend it on the right places because they didn't know the quarterback thing.
Now, would you go over the 9.5 if Rayola went there instead of Oregon?
I don't think that makes a difference.
Yeah, I don't think that makes a difference. But let's say Sorsby. Let's say he did bet against himself.
I've got him over then.
Absolutely. They're playing for a national championship. I don't know if they're winning, but they're in the mix.
I'm not a fan of Raiola, but I think if they had Raiola, they would go over.
Really? Yeah, it runs like molasses.
All right, guys. We've come to 4 more to go here because we're running out of time. The Jayhawks of Kansas University. 12 games. I've got their over-under at 3.5.
Wow.
Wow.
And yes, I'm a KU fan. Here's their schedule. They play Long Island Iced Tea, at home to Missouri, versus Arizona State in London, Middle Tennessee. I think we'll have 3 wins at that point, and then we go to Utah, to K-State, home to Baylor, at TCU. They might get a win here. They have to go play Mr. Frost and the Knights of UCF, at West Virginia, BYU at home, and at Oklahoma State.
I'm still gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over too.
I think 3.5 is a little low.
If Mark Mangina was still there, I'd give him way
Oh,
more.
Yeah, fat man.
I
I mean,
would've had-
shit, he'd eat Scott Frost for breakfast.
I would have had them at 11.5.
I mean, you ask any blue-blooded Kansas fan, they miss the days of Mangino.
Oh, I love Mark Mangino.
Brian?
I'm going to go over. I think they'll be in between that 4 and 5 win range, probably.
If you put that at 4.5, we'd have trouble with this. But 3.5,
I almost did, but I don't know how good they're going to be. They lost a lot.
Are you going over?
I am going to go over because I think they might get 4 wins. Sorry.
like I said, if you put that at 4.5, I probably would have been with you on the under.
All right, we're going to stay in that same state, and the Wildcats of Kansas State with their new head coach, Colin Klein. They bring Avery Johnson back. They brought a few people back. They are weak on the offensive line. I've got them at 8.5. And here's their schedule. They play jolly old St. Nicholas, Washington State, and Tulane all at home. At Cincinnati, Houston at home, Kansas at home, at Arizona State, at Colorado, Oklahoma State at home, at TCU, Arizona at home, and at Iowa State. Not as
Who the hell is Utah playing? I mean, Jesus, that's our third, and no one's played Utah yet.
KU is.
Oh yeah, KU, but they were losing
Yeah, I know.
still.
I'm
I'm going under on the K-State.
Okay.
I am also going under.
Brian?
I think they'll go over, but it'll be a struggle. I think with Colin Klein coming in as the coach, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve. They'll probably drop a game they shouldn't. So it's just, I think they'll go over, but barely make it over.
I have them going 8-4, so I've got them under. But all right, 2 teams left,
I'm taking 6.
This is 7, I had 7.
and we are going to go to Happy Valley. The Penn State Nittany Lions. I've got them at 10.5. Matt Campbell's coming in. He brought his quarterback with him and Rocco Beck. He brought a few other players.
Their defense was solid to begin with.
And here's their schedule. 10.5. I'm going to read the whole thing. They get Marshall at home. At Temple. Buffalo, not the Bills, at home. Wisconsin at home. At Northwestern. USC at home, making the plane trip all the way across. At Michigan. Purdue at home. At Washington. Minnesota at home. Rutgers at home. And at Maryland in the season.
I got them over.
I'm going under. This transition year.
Yeah.
They'll drop one of those games they're supposed to win.
You've got basically the Iowa State team from last year. You know, the key players from Iowa State are there with him, plus the holdovers from Penn State that he wanted to keep.
Yeah.
I just think they lose at Michigan, and I think they do all right the rest of the way through.
Brian?
I think they're under, but they'll be significantly improved from last year.
Right, yeah.
I just don't see them getting 10.5. I think that's too high.
I've got them at 10. I think they'll be 10-2.
Yeah.
9-3
So I-
to 10-2.
I had
But
9-3, so.
yeah. So I'm going to go unders 2. And our final team in college football, the Hawkeyes of
Well, if they're playing Nebraska, I'll get them.
We've got the
Right.
Cornhuskers of Nebraska. My over-under, 6.5.
Wow. Stop it.
Here's their schedule. Ohio at home. Bowling Green at home. North Dakota, not state, but North Dakota at home. At Michigan State. Maryland at home. Indiana at home. At Oregon. Washington at home. At Illinois. At Rutgers. Ohio State at home. And at Iowa. We already know Jeff's going over.
Well, yeah, you put it at 6.5. Of course I'm going over. They're not going to lose a game until they go to Oregon. They're going to beat Indiana to knock off what would you say, the Shock the Nation tour. Let everybody know where Indiana stands, because it ain't that we're going to be great. It's that Indiana fell off that much.
So they played Bob's Votech 3 times in a row to begin the season.
Yeah.
So
And so we got highlights.
3-0.
Everybody's feeling good. You know, then we're going to Michigan State. We're going to whoop that little ass because, you know, them little green men can't handle it. Then I think we beat Indiana. Then Oregon kills us. They beat us in a way that we shouldn't get beat. And then we bounce back and beat Illinois, and we don't lose again until Ohio State.
What about Iowa?
Well,
yeah.
they always beat us.
Well,
It doesn't matter if we have the better team or not, they seem to beat us, which makes us 9-3.
Brian?
Under. They'll end up at 6 wins.
No way.
Brian?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think they're barely going to get over. I think that Bob's Votech starting the season 3 games against Bob's Votech and the School of Blind.
We're going to be 5-0 out of the gate.
I think we're going to lose big. Iowa's going to beat the crap out of Nebraska. Illinois has got the philosophy that beats Nebraska. I mean, those two coaches, Bellamy and Ferns, own Nebraska football. But I got to go over with Nebraska winning 7 games.
When I put him at 6.5, I was looking at the schedule. And I know Jeff's got us beating Indiana and beating Washington and beating Illinois. And he's got us at 9-3. I've got them at 7 wins, so I will be on the over. But until they get that signature win against a team like Indiana, against a team like Oregon.
Indiana's not a signature win this year. They would have been last year. Stop it.
Okay, which of the two teams from the national champion undefeated team Indiana, and how many wins did we have last year?
Last year's 7.
Was it?
Yep.
Be same this year.
7. Out of that, did Nebraska improve enough, and did Indiana fall enough?
Indiana fell enough.
Did they?
Yes. Indiana's going to have a hard time in the Big Ten this year.
No, I agree with you there, but I just still don't think that they're.
Okay, who's the better coach, Signotti or Rule?
Rule. We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Hey, we got to give it a few more years to figure it out on Signetti. I don't think that he's going to maintain. He brought a team with him. He brought confidence in that group, and you know, he did a lot of the X Factor things, and they fell his way.
But the team he brought with him was James Madison.
That's right. They were James Madison.
They weren't Alabama. They weren't Georgia. They weren't those teams.
No.
He took a James Madison team, and in 2 years, turned Indiana around. He is a winner. Google him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Signotti, I have nothing against Rule. I think Rule is a good coach. I think Signotti does it the right way. I was talking to a former Husker player, okay? Last year, when we were sitting here talking about this, I said that Minnesota game for Nebraska last year was a trap game, and I thought they were going to lose it. You thought I was out of my mind and living in Colorado with Brian, smoking some of that stuff with you.
Nebraska should never lose to Minnesota.
You know what that whole week was spent instead of practicing and preparing and getting ready for the game? You know what the players were more worried about that week than they were about getting ready for Minnesota?
What?
What color uniforms they got to wear. We want to go white out. We want to go white pants, white shirts. That's all they were worried about that whole week. This is from a former Nebraska football player who was pretty good. I'm just going to lay that out to you. And he said they were more worried about what color combination of a uniform they got to wear to play at Minnesota than they were about preparing for the game.
That's a lack of coaching, not keep your players focused. That's a lack of coaching. Now, again, I got high hopes for Matt Rule. I hope he does well. But right now what I'm seeing is not happening.
What is Nebraska lacked in the last decade? And it's toughness.
Yes.
Yep.
They've lacked
trenches. This is what you want to know what they're lacking, Brian? I got it written down. Trenches, winning the trenches, running the football. That's it. Emmett Johnson.
And those are all things that are going to change this year.
And defense, when they start caring about defense instead of receivers. And last but not least, coaching. And the lack of coaching, when they're worried about uniforms, what color uniforms, that falls on the coaches not keeping the players focused.
Now,
let's talk about the first ones, though. So the trenches.
Trenches?
We definitely addressed that. We're going to be 320, 325 across the offensive line this year. The defense, we're going to have a four-man front. Fuck that 3-3 shit. Finally getting rid of that. It's still a gimmick defense, which doesn't make me happy, but we are at least going to have 4 big men laying down, and they are big.
Yeah,
they are big. And we are going to run the football because that's what we have as a quarterback. He's a running guy, and we have a running back room that's just overflowing.
Who's the quarterback that runs? Latif?
Latif and well, I don't even say his name. They both are runners. They're both runners.
He's got good mobility. He is better. I think what Nebraska is going to miss. I would have had this number at 8.5 if Emmett Johnson would have came back. Makai Nelson,
Not gonna
they're not
argue that.
sure. They're not sure if Makai Nelson's even going to play this year with the trouble he got into.
Right, but you got Ives. Ives is a good running back. It
Hey.
bears him out.
Breaking news in the NFL. Deebo Samuel just went back to the Niners.
What?
Deebo Samuel just signed a 1-year deal with the Niners. It just came across on my phone.
He's probably just doing that to retire with them.
But, yep, Deebo is out of Washington. So,
Well,
I'm just gonna say this, y'all. You lack of faith. Lack of faith. You're
not-
a hater. I get that.
No,
I expected that shit out of you, but
It's-
you do, man.
okay.
all
Wait a minute. You can't say that.
Again,
No, you can't.
you put him at 7.
Who's my team?
Kansas,
What do I have them at?
3.5.
Exactly.
Lack of faith.
No, it is not lack of faith. It's using my knowledge. And every year we go through this, fans, if you're tuning in for the first time, every year we go through this, Jeff had a big picture of, oh yeah, Kool-Aid in there earlier, and it was red, I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
And you can't blame him. He's passionate, he loves the Huskers, and he always has.
the power of positive thought thinking as a fan base, as a team, as a group, as coaching, the whole 9 yards is all about positive thinking. And we do that with 90,000+ people every Saturday. And God damn it, it's got to pay off one of these days. And when it does, I just want you to know, I will be at the stadium when we get that signature win.
I know you will.
Damn it.
It's on the road.
the
Anyway.
only thing. Let me weigh in. Hey, all I'm saying is until Nebraska proves it to me, I'm not going to believe it. I'm just not.
That's my whole thing. You look back in the days of when Nebraska was Nebraska.
Yeah,
You had Jason Peters, you had Christian Peters, you had Grant Wistrom, you had the Rude brothers on defense, you had the Schlesingers, you had the
Amon Green.
Amon Green,
fullbacks.
Even
Fullbacks.
Amir Abdullah was a tough running back.
Well,
Power
okay, now wait a minute. I know that we've been missing the toughness, but under Bo Pelini, we were tough.
And we got 9-10 wins every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
We were tough under Bo Pelini.
Yeah,
He was
93
he was not fired over football. He was fired over his mouth.
Yeah.
And if go back and play the what if games, but if they would not have fired Solich and been able to keep Pelini, those two would have done wonderful things in the 2000s together.
They hadn't fired Solich for what he did. But
That's beside football.
Well, I'm just
We're talking football.
no.
Until Nebraska gets out of the Bill Callahan ways of thinking, it's never going to be like Jeff.
Let's
wants
talk
to be.
about that though. If he would have fired his defensive coordinator, and let's just say Bo Pelini would have actually took that job, he wouldn't.
Then
But if he,
we wouldn't be joking about Bill Callahan. Then.
you absolutely would not,
You would not
because
be.
he did wonderful things with the offense,
Well,
And he was a great recruiter.
and he was a great recruiter.
recruiter, but he didn't run the football enough.
Yeah, but he had pork chop, and he ran the shit out of pork chop.
His first interest was passing
It was, but he ran the shit out of pork chop.
Who is the last tough guy Nebraska has had? I mean,
Well,
as
Randy
far-
Gregory.
Bear,
No. Indomitian Sue.
and Dominican Sue.
Randy Gregory was after him.
Was he?
Yeah.
But Indomitian brought that attitude. That
Yeah,
Nebraska
Dominic
attitude.
Sue was a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah. And should have won it.
Yeah, absolutely. But you just asked who was the last tough player. We've asked them. Zigbo was tough.
I'm not saying they weren't. Indomitian was tough, and he brought that I'm not letting you through me attitude about it.
He was a complete football player. Like when we lost by the second.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they put him on the podium afterwards because, Bo Pelini was screaming at the commissioner and everything underneath. He couldn't go on tape. And he goes, well, when you asked about that play, it was my job to stop it. And then when I did it, it was my job to block that kick. And then when I didn't block that kick, it was my job to blow a hole open in the return so that we could still have a chance to win that game.
Mhm.
I didn't do any of those things. The loss is on me.
Yeah.
This is a defensive lineman that took the whole football game as a loss to himself.
And you want to know what you have now? You have second string guys who don't play much wanting more NIL money because they think they deserve it.
NIL is ruining college football.
Thank you. Finally admitted. Finally, folks. NIL, transfer portal, ruined college football. Big time. Both of those things.
But it's because it's wrong. It's not that we shouldn't pay the players.
Well,
But there has to be a structure for it.
I got paid to call a scholarship.
This goddamn free-for-all is not working. The transfer portal, being able just to go anywhere you want, there's got to be construct.
There's no loyalty.
Right, there's no loyalty.
No loyalty.
And you're not going to get it when you can change year after year. You got to go back to where if you change schools, you got to sit out. That'll calm this thing down quickly. And we got to have a salary cap. There's got to be a salary cap. I mean, at the beginning of last year, they were worried about Rule going to Penn State, right?
Mm-hmm.
To Penn State, and they asked him, "What do you need?" He goes, "Well, I don't need money. I need money for NIL. You know, you want me to beat these Ohio States and the Oregons and play with them. They have 50, or at that time, 40, $45 million rosters. And you having me out there with a $24 million roster thinking that this should happen." And they went in and gave him $40 million. And guess what? Ohio State, Oregon, and Penn State jumped to $52 million. So we're a year behind again.
College football is going to end up being like Major League Baseball here before too long. You've got your big market teams here, your Dodgers.
They still have a cap system. I mean,
No, they don't.
You have to pay a luxury tax if you go over it.
They find a way around all
Yes,
of
they
that
do.
stuff.
But there has to be a construct
Yeah.
for this to. It's out of control. We're going to start seeing players trying to find six years because they're getting more money in the college game than they are in the pros, and that shouldn't even be close.
No.
That shouldn't even be a thought at this point. I mean, the offensive line of Texas, right, has a standing thing with some store down in Texas, and so they all get $200,000 a piece just for being on the offensive line, and that's not even including their NIL deal.
The same with high
That they
school
have.
down there too. High schools.
Yeah, the high schools are now starting to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Miller South. Miller South's full of players that are getting paid by us right now. And you know, I'm thinking we're playing the game, but the game's wrong. I don't care if we're playing it or not. The game's wrong.
By the way, Athlon, College Football Magazine, I love it, read it, but cover to cover, has Nebraska going to the Music City Bowl this year, playing the Gamecocks of South Carolina. One of Brian's 22 teams in college football. Well, fans, we ran over a little bit tonight. We hope you stuck with us. We haven't been able to do this for a while. We were trying to fit a whole bunch into one time. We are going to try to be back every
We'll be
week.
back, yeah. We're trying to go every
From
week,
here on
figure it out. Looks like it's going to be Thursdays because some of us took a job on a Wednesday night. Some people got to get paid, I guess, you know. He doesn't get enough NIL money from this.
Now, I am going to let you guys know one thing. We are very likely going to have a special guest on coming up in the near future. He's a former Husker football player, former NFL football player, and one of the greats. One of the greats. I'm not going to let his name out yet, but I met him, talked to him a little bit, told him about what we had going on down here. He's either going to Zoom in or he's actually going to come down here and walk into Jeff's house, which I
It'd
don't
make
know.
me just thrilled to death. I'll make him sign the wall. Just gonna
But
throw it out there and sign the wall.
Anyway, I forgot it tonight. Next week I'm going to bring it. You can all see who it is. I told this player about what my good friend was going through. and I got an autographed picture to bring to Jeff now, and we're gonna hang it up right behind Jeff. So, great guy, great person. I can't wait to see him argue with this guy because I've talked to him, and if he brings any of that and talks about it, we may change Jeff's mind, or Jeff may not let this guy back in his house. But for Brian, Jeff, myself, Derek, we have enjoyed spending this Thursday evening with all of you. You've been watching Tailgate Talk, and
We know
we know
sports.
sports.